Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. Today we're gonna make some delicious peanut butter cookies. And I am using my Bosch mixer with the new cookie paddles. And I am an affiliate for Bosch, so if you need these cookie paddles, you wanna, I'll leave a link down in the description box for you. And yes, it's been a wonderful machine for bread, but I'm also using it for cookie dough and for other things. So let's get to making some cookies. These are wonderful, and this machine is fantastic. So if you don't have a Bosch, I think you need one. And if you do have a Bosch, the accessories are endless. I've got a couple other videos coming up where I'll be using the juicer and the food processor, because you can get a food processor attachment as well as a juicer. There's several things you can do, even a blender. So that being said, today we're going to be making peanut butter cookies. So really all you're going to need is cookie paddles. And if you have a stand mixer, you'll want to use a cookie paddle attachment for mixing. You want white sugar, brown sugar, flour, salt, vanilla, creamy peanut butter, peanuts. I don't want chunky peanut butter. I want creamy peanut butter, and then you add salted, dry roasted peanuts. You'll get a better texture. Trust me on this. Why it works, I don't know, but it does. We're gonna need baking powder, a stick of butter. Yes, a stick of butter, softened at room temperature, and we're ready to go. So come on in. I'll try to get you right on top of the Bosch there, and you can see what's going on. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is add our wet ingredients in here so it can get started. And I took the lid off just for ease of getting things in here without making a mess. So you want a stick of butter. That's important. Half a cup of butter is on the menu. And we need vanilla. Measure that with your heart, but a teaspoon of vanilla, okay? And vanilla always makes everything better when you're baking. We need 1 egg. This is a duck egg, so I am gonna break it into a little bowl, if I can find one, so I don't have remnants of shell in here. Well, we're just gonna hope we don't get shell in there. Okay, typically I don't. These eggs are pretty easy. 1 duck egg. Oh, I don't know if you can see that egg. It's beautiful. The yolks are so big. And duck eggs, because of the moisture and the protein, they tend to make your baked goods more moist, if that makes sense. And then I need peanut butter. You want a cup of peanut butter. And I've already got this. I did spray the inside of my measuring cup. I don't have a fancy pushy one. I probably should get one. And I'm sorry, I'm left-handed. You're gonna have to just get the gist of it. Okay, and just getting the rest of that out of there is always fun. You can wipe that off on your paddle, and yep. Okay, this can go into the sink to soak. Now we need to get our sugar to cream in with this. So let's get the sugar. We need a half a cup of white sugar, white granulated sugar, okay, 1/2 cup. And then we need a half a cup of packed brown sugar. And I use dark brown sugar. The more brown sugar you use, the chewier your cookie typically ends up. So you want to make sure you pack that in really good, as tightly as you can get it in your measuring cup. Okay, and if you need to, There you go. Get it out of there. Packed brown sugar, and it gives it that wonderful flavor. These are such a simple cookie, and they bring back such great childhood memories because, well, we all love a good peanut butter cookie, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put my lid back on, and we'll get that rolling. We're just going to cream that, and hopefully you can hear okay, and it's not picking up too much of the mixer, but looks pretty good. You may have to scrape down a little bit. I might have to scrape a little bit, but I don't think so. It's doing its job pretty good. I'm just going to let it go a little while longer, and we'll be adding our dry ingredients. Okay, so I do want to say, if you don't have duck eggs, not everybody does, feel free to use whatever you have. Now, I'm going to take this back off. Just easier for me to get the flour and the, you need we need a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. Okay, and I've got another scooper here. I just scoop up very lightly. I don't pack the flour. 1.5 cups of AP. We need salt. Believe it or not, you have to have some salt. We are going to add salted dry roasted peanuts. I'm super excited about that. Okay, teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder. Okay. Baking powder. In that goes. And we're just about there. Let's get some salted peanuts in there. And this is about a cup of additional peanuts. And trust me when I tell you, you're gonna want those. It changes the texture of the cookie, but it is so good. And that salty, you get that sweet and salty bite that you just, yeah, you gotta have it. Now, because I put the dry ingredients in, I wanna make sure I get my lid locked in place and mix away. This is where you may need to scrape down the bowl. Let's find out here. Look at that. Lickety split. We're pretty much cookie dough. Okay. I am super excited. I'm going to get this flour out of the way. I'm very excited about this. I've got my cookie sheet all ready to go with parchment. My oven is preheated to preheated to 350, and we're ready to get these cookies going. Look at that. Those paddles just clean up like a breeze. And now you can scoop out your cookies with a cookie scoop if you have one, if that's what you want to do. So I wanted to show you these paddles just release. Maybe. Nope. Okay, and it does say do not put in the dishwasher because you degrade the metal. So go ahead and get those soaking. And if you order them, you want to order the one with the metal base like you saw. You don't want to order the one with the plastic base. It won't hold up, especially if you had large amounts. Like if I'd have tripled this recipe, which you easily could do in a Bosch, there is no worries, no harm, no foul. It will happen very easily. Okay, And now we're just going to start grabbing cookies and get them out on our cookie sheet. So let me move this over here and I'll get my cookie sheet in front of me and scoop them out. Okay, so now let me grab a scoop. So I don't really have a proper cookie scoop in the house here, but I'm gonna do this. You wanna get like the size of a golf ball, okay? These aren't gonna spread a lot, but they are going to spread. Now, you know that good old-fashioned cookie. We can do all of our cookies together. You want them as close to the same size as you can get because, well, they're going to cook evenly. These cook about 10 minutes in the oven. So that one, you kind of get a feel for what might be. And yes, wash your hands before you start any project in the kitchen, right? Doesn't matter what it is. All right. So tell me in the comment section, when's the last time you had a really good homemade peanut butter cookie? I'm going to tell you it's probably been 20 years. I haven't made peanut butter cookies in so long. Oh, and these are wonderful. Or I make them and I don't eat any of it because I'm not a huge sweets eater. So you should be able to get 12 nice cookies on this cookie sheet at once. And we're just clipping right along. Maybe give everybody a little more room. Right? Okay, we'll do 3 more. This should make at least 2 dozen, maybe 3. Ooh, that's a little big. You can kind of get a feel for it and go, Now, if you had a cookie scoop that, you know, you can judge exactly, and they come out pretty close to the same size. And of course, because of all that butter, it's not going to stick to the Bosch mixer. But it really, this bowl is just super easy to clean up. Okay, I've got my 12 cookies out. Now we're ready to do the cross. And if they want to stick, you gotta just help them out a little bit. There we go. They shouldn't stick with all that butter, but you know. Shouldn't and wouldn't is 2 different things. You get the picture? Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm doing this. Let's show you. You take your fork this way and let it release. And then you go this way. And again, let it release. 1 and 2. Oop, you're gonna get cross hatches on that side. Okay. You got the picture? Yes. Okay. I'm so excited. These are like a chewy shortbread, if that makes sense. They just come out so wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of these and we'll get them in the oven. I'll bring you back when I pull them out of the oven, and it should be about 10 minutes. So the cookies are out of the oven. They need to cool on your sheet for about 5 minutes, or they'll fall apart on you. You want a nice brown underneath, and yeah, we'll get these onto a cooling rack. I'm super excited. The whole house smells like peanut butter cookies. So who doesn't want that? Air freshener. And then we'll be ready to do the second dozen. I'm positive we'll get 2 dozen. I really wish this would have made 3 or 4. So next time I might double the recipe because I've got plenty of people to share with. And I definitely want to, oh, that one got a little crack. So that'll probably be mine. I'll wait till the next batch comes out before I sample for you, but I'm gonna get the next batch on there and get them in the oven. They were in the oven 9 minutes. So 9 minutes is perfect to get that beautiful, just a golden brown, absolutely wonderful. Okay, okay guys, I can't wait any longer. This cookie that has a crack in it is mine. See, it's, I don't know if you can see that, but these have cooled down enough, and I'm just gonna break that. My husband's upstairs working. It's the perfect shortbread cookie, in my opinion. Amazing. Sweet peanut butter. Great with a glass of milk. I'll come back when the other dozen are out. It made, oh, I'll come back when the noise stops. Hey guys, the cookies are done. Got 2 dozen plus 4. The last 4, I got distracted grinding up some ham for tomorrow's video. I'm making ham balls, so you need to stay tuned. Pennsylvania Dutch style. These cookies got a little bit too brown, but they'll be great with a glass of milk. No problem. But 2 dozen plus 4 isn't bad. You could have probably made these a little bigger maybe, or smaller, and gotten even more out of them. But these are delicious. They're absolutely wonderful. I hope that it inspires you to use the recipe, and I'll post it down below. I also want to let you know down below there's a link to go shop some of the Bosch products. And if you put Linda's Pantry 20 in the description, or in the coupon code, you'll get $20 off your order right off the get-go. So I hope that it helps, because for Mother's Day, there's plenty of stuff on sale, and I took advantage of it myself. So as always, guys, I can't wait to see you next time. I hope that if you like this sort of content, the channel's all about cooking, canning, and DIY projects and gardening. Don't forget that. If that inspires you, go ahead and hit subscribe. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye. These cookies really are delicious. I hope if you're not a subscriber yet, you'll subscribe, because there's more of this to come.